I became involved in the deaf community aged 13 when, due to a medical mistake, my mother suffered profound loss of her hearing. It was a time of sadness and loss, and we struggled to cope with the overnight change for my mother and for the family. We joined some lip reading classes and we met some amazing supportive people, but Mum still struggled with the loss of communication. She became depressed and quite isolated. We searched for answers, and meeting a profoundly deaf man one day, he encouraged us to join a BSL Level 1 class. We immediately loved it. The expression, it seemed like really obvious signs for the words that we would use, and our world changed. Mum and I went on to do BSL Level 2. We really enjoyed the new private language that we had between us, communicating in a busy and noisy environments with ease. I continued to study my MVQ Level 3 and started a career as a chef. It was a wonderful skill and I had it tucked under my arm. Fast forward 12 years, had a career break to have children, and decided to work part-time in a local college as a scribe for some deaf students. I studied on the job and became part of a great communication support workers team. I knew at that time that this was the job for me. However, I was really struggling for information. There was no support for CSWs to gain that information that I felt interpreters already had. The EdXL qualification was offered, but there was very few areas and it was a cost that was well out of my reach at that time, so I started to research for myself. I gathered information on code of conduct, code of ethics, supporting policy and procedure, supporting techniques, just to make sure that I was empowering the students that I was working with. This research and the following experience is what led me to start DeafUmbrella. Having gained that confidence at college, I contacted a large support employment agency to be sent out for work, so I sent them my CV. I was accepted and sent on my first job the very next day. I wasn't interviewed, I wasn't skills tested, I wasn't briefed on what I'd walk into. I was sent to a leading department store in London for a one-to-one meeting, all by text. That one-to-one meeting turned out to be an AGM. I sweated through the next hour, trying my best to cope. The whole experience was awful. I couldn't see the deaf people I was there because I was on a well-lit stage. They were struggling to understand me because I was well out of my depth, and my confidence was on the floor by the time I walked down the steps and off of that stage. I should never have been put in that situation, nor should the deaf clients have to put up with such a poor service from the agency. I called them in tears and they were not interested in the slightest. That gave me the desire to set up the company you see today. A company dedicated to supporting deaf people in work and contributing to society, and a company dedicated to supporting those people climbing the ladder to become the interpreters of tomorrow and the Level 4 communication support workers in education. Shelter under our umbrella, I'd say. Come with us on your journey, deaf or hearing, and learn more about you.